Good evening to all of you. Dr. Peretti, our chief guest today and the keynote speaker, and Honorable Marjan Falil, the chairman of the Chinafort Gem and Jewellery Traders Association, Honorable J.C. Alavatula, member of parliament, and also chairman of the Export Development Board, Mr. Suresh Timel, also chairman of the Gem and Jewellery Authority, Mr. Viraj Silva, also other distinguished guests and my dear friends. So let me at the outset thank the organizing committee and also the chairman specifically having invited us to come here to share your joy and happiness at this wonderful occasion. You started the day with a gala event and we were represented, the minister was represented by the State Minister Honorable Chamara Sampath Dasanayake. So let me congratulate having done wonderfully well and having contributed immensely for the Sri Lankan gem and jewellery sector over a period of time. So your association, I was made to understand, about nearly 15 years old. But the trading for this particular area, it goes back to many decades, if not for centuries. So let me thank on behalf of the Minister of Industries, which is covering this subject nowadays, your contribution to the upliftment of the people of this country and also contributing, bringing back much needed foreign revenue to this country over a period of time. Let us reassure that whatever the support you require in relation to development of your industry and also to uplift the social requirements of the people who are engaged, all the stakeholders, the Gem and Jewellery Authority and the Minister of Industries would stretch our helping hand in whatever the possible manner to ensure that you better on futuristic basis. Dr. Peretti, we were going through a bit of a turbulent time during last couple of years. In 2019, we had a terrible situation with Easter Sunday bomb attacks. Then in 2020, we encountered Corona pandemic. I know your country was also involved. Then we were recovering from that fiasco. We encountered a massive economic downturn. So when we are recovering from that, we are now encountering another scenario, Ukrainian and Russian war. But despite those difficulties, Sri Lankan exporters, in their own small manner, contributed significantly to uplift the export markets of the country. It's the same scenario applicable to gem and jewelry trade as well. You gained, it's nothing major, but we have increased our export earnings from the Gem and Jewellery Authority. So we must thank you for that. Our export earnings, it's mere 13 billion US dollars, nothing significant compared to some of the products that you make in your country. I know the Swiss watches, the export income is nearly 100 billion per annum. 6 times as much as the Sri Lankan annual export you generate from one product. I was listening intently to Rizwan, your vice chairman. He mentioned that Thailand gets nearly 12 billion export income annually from gem and jewellery trade, nearly our total export income. And Hong Kong gets a higher value. He mentioned it's 27 billion a few years ago. Now they are getting about 35 billion without having a single stone in that country. So your presentation was wonderful, Doctor. I was looking at some of the unknown facts about Sri Lankan gemstones, but all that time I was wondering where that money had gone. So we are getting about mere $200 million annually from the gems exports to this country. So its highest figure was recorded in 2014, if not mistaken. It's about 425 million. We are getting more money from the diamond re-exports actually. Now this year also we are getting nearly till until 31st of October, so we're getting about $200 million income from the diamond re-exports, whereas we are getting about 186 million from the gem exports. So while thanking you, I may also request the minister and also a minister of a burning governing party that you may bring in more foreign revenue to this country to ensure that we sustain the momentum. It was a difficult time. I know you also going through a lot of challenges. But India, I was listening to the speech made before my own, very intently. There are a lot of people who are asking about, including Rizwan, liberalization of the trade. Yes, we are for that. We will give our fullest support. I remember during the time of the economic calamity in India in early 1990s, Then for the Finance Minister of India, Mr. Narasimha Rao mentioned 3 words. That's liberalization, privatization, and globalization. I was trying to apply this to your industry, the Sri Lankan industry, which has about nearly 3,000 year history. You go on global. You go on to everywhere, you collect stones from different countries, you bring them here, do value addition and export. So it's truly a global business. It's privatized, it's more or less privatized. You do your business, which we should encourage. Whether it's a liberalized business is a different question. Yes, we need to truly liberalize your industry. I'm quite new to this industry. I've been working as the Minister for Industries for last 6 months, and now this particular industry is gazetted under the State Ministry, yet we work closely to ensure that we fulfill your requirements. So liberalization means, I was talking to the chairman, I was talking to the then chairman of the Gem and Jewellery Authority. We should provide whatever the assistance that you may require from the ministry's side. The Gem and Jewellery Authority shouldn't have an authoritarian control over the business. He should be a friendly facilitator. Take my word for that. As long as I work as a minister, we will try and provide whatever the support you may require to ensure that you liberalize and develop the industry in this country. That's trading. But at the same time, let me also humbly request you all to bring that money formally through the official channel. That should be trickled down to the people of the other areas as well. I was wondering all this time, we get about $1.3 billion from tea industry by exporting. But quality of life for the tea pluckers in the hill country are appalling. They live in very poor conditions. It's a shame on us. It's a shame that we have not looked after the needs of the people of the tea plantations. Every now and then, when I meet the regional plantation companies, I tell them, look here, they are your people, you have to look after them. Numbers are going down dramatically. And early 1990s, more than 450,000 people have worked for the tea plantation of the country. And since they do not look after them well, people have gone away from the tea plantations. Now only 150,000 people work for the tea plantations, nearly 1/3 of the people who worked in there some 20 years ago. Have you looked after the quality of the life of the people who mine in the different districts? It's a question to be answered. We have a social responsibility. We as the government, at the first place, and you as the traders and also the people who are in the trade over a long period of time, and you have done your business over a long period of time. You know, a lot of people from gold area, I also asked them to take the challenge from Beruwala and develop our area to that level. So that's a social cause, and that benefit has trickled down to the people. But I may not say the same thing about the people, those who mine in Ratnapur and other areas of the country. They still live in very difficult and poor conditions. So let us work together. I thank all of you having gathered here. We've done wonderfully well over a period of time. Dr. Peretti has supported several times. He's been a frequent visitor to Sri Lanka. He supported Sri Lankan gem industry. So let me thank on behalf of the Minister of Industry, Doctor. We may require your support on futuristic basis. I request you to come to gold next time, not to Beruwala. We also have a thriving industry there. So your support we also need. But let us work hand in hand to ensure that Sri Lankan gem industry prosper, and at the same time, the people, the stakeholders who are in the industry also prosper and have a better life. So thank you very much and have a pleasant evening.